Hey folks, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. I hope that you are having a great day so far. Today's video is going to be a styling video. Now, it's not necessarily going to be a how-to. If you didn't know, I recently built my dream studio. We are currently in it, but as you can tell, it is quite a little bit of a bare studio. I still have a lot to do to it, but I thought that we would start with this built-in shelving unit that I created, basically to store all of my thrifted treasures and things like that. So like I said, it's not going to be a how-to, but I hope that this gives you a little bit of inspiration just from watching and seeing how I take such a large area and style it. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. Alright, so because this is quite a large shelf, I'm going to start off with what I know I for sure want to be on the shelf, which is this vase right here. I thought it looked pretty nice over here in the corner. Do I need all three of these in here? Possibly not. I also wanted this guy to be beside it as well. One of my first tips, because I'm going to give you guys a lot of tips for shelf styling throughout this, but one of my first tips is to start with what you know. So if you have an item that you really love, you'll see that I'm going to reach for those first, and then I'm going to work around them because I know that they already look good. So this used to be on a shelf in my bedroom, and I just throw this up there. Kind of like the book a little bit off the shelf a bit. I think that looks kind of cute, and that's what that looks like. So I don't know if this needs the third one in it. Kind of overkill a little bit, I think. Might take that guy out, and that will be our first little bit. I also know that the record player for sure needs to go up on the shelf. Originally, I had thought that the record player would look good up against a wall, something like that, and then having the record player on one side. So sort of I have to decide which side to go on. Then I'm going to actually screw a hole, like make a hole in the shelf. There's plugs on the wall behind this so that the plugs won't actually be out invisible. The only thing is I have to decide where the record player is going, like for sure, because I don't want to move the record player ever, because then I would have this giant hole. I don't know if I love this. Do I love this? I think my next step is to take some of these taller guys and bring them up. I know for sure that I'm going to need to add some height into here for sure. Maybe they'll stay there, maybe they won't, but height is good because I don't have a lot of height in the other items. Okay, I'm not loving this guy, so I'll probably take him off. I am loving the mirror, the gold mirror, so that's probably gonna stay. This one I like. Don't know if I like it on the shelf. Doesn't really seem like a shelf type photo, so might take it off, might be hung somewhere else. I'm not sure. So as we were talking about starting with things that we like, there is like a book stack here that I really enjoy all together, and it's so funny because I actually bought them all together, and it was like the stack that I carried out into my car. So bring it on over. So we have like a Michelangelo book, a America's Sunset Coast, The Great Southwest, Trails West. These are all National Geographic books. And then this book, which I love, it's called Plants Are Like People. And then I also loved having this guy sit on top. So he's just like a big sort of pot vase thing. So I know that's a stack that I like. I also know that I just want this big yellow box to go in there because this just houses some of my camera equipment. The thing is, I don't want too many books stacked beside each other, so I want to have some differences in between everything because I do have quite a few books. As much as I like this, I am gonna try a couple other things on top of it, which I don't love, just because the color clashing sort of right there, which means I think that this vase won't look good, so I could try this one. It's just don't love those two next to each other, but it's okay. One as well. I think that's gonna be too big because the book is not that large. Yeah, not so good. So something else I have that I want to put up is this. It's my Bluetooth speaker. This will need to be connected to the record player at some point. I don't want these two next to each other, so I'd like them as far away as possible, just because they're like the same shape. You want everything to look like a continuous flow, and you also want to spread out the heights of things as well. So you want there to like be a flow to keep your eye going on the shelf, whereas this is sort of like block block, block, which is not so good. Another tip for books is it's good if you have some that are sitting like this, but it's also nice if you have some sitting the other way. For example, I have some of these little Western novels. Instead of having a bookend, you could use a vase or something if the books are not that heavy. My thought though is that this mirror kind of has to go to the side because I do want to hang some sort of like something in the middle here, like on the wall. All right, so what I think I'm gonna do is, because we have started off quite nicely, I'm gonna go through and start to play around. I'll do sort of like a sped up shot of me doing this, and I'll come back and I'll show you some of the progress.
Some things last night didn't sound quite right. I can't explain why. Yesterday was a long day. I think I got the best of me, but I know that I
moved the camera a little bit just because it was making it look like the basket was off-centered, but it's not. This fly has been in here for so long, oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm really, really happy with the way that looks, and I feel like it sort of brings the space together. So now we sort of know that we can only put like small little stuff in this area. I hate this, but I'm gonna try to condense it down to a couple of books maybe, because now we could totally do something like take smaller books, totally missed the shelf there, but take smaller books and put them there, or something. I'm not sure, but I'm so happy I put that there. I was really debating because I wanted it above my desk, but this looks killer. So this is what the overview is looking like. There's a couple parts that I really like. I enjoy this part right here and the Bluetooth speaker, and then I enjoy this part right here. So things that need to be little, you know, finagled is this all under here. Books, which I still don't really know, but I could separate them and do something along the lines of that. Book's not big enough, I don't think, for him to be stacked on top of. Kind of like that. If you guys know me, I don't take the price tag off like anything. That I realized is that these cords, which I could probably get extensions, but for the purpose of right now, these cords are only this long, so this has to go into the Bluetooth speaker. So the Bluetooth speaker cannot be across the way, all the way over here. I might film directly onto it, or I might film like a little offside, so like this sort of view onto it. But whichever way I film, I feel like you're just not going to see this at all, which I really love this, and I'd like it to be seen because it's pretty cool. So you're not going to see it because it's in the middle. Even though I love the way it looks in the middle, I feel like possibly it should be moved. So I actually went through like a bunch of my records while I was inside, and there was a lot of them I didn't want, so I only had a couple like Sea Haven ones and stuff that I brought out, so definitely don't have enough to fill up this section. However, you guys know I was collecting these books, these guys, and I have a ton of them actually. So I was thinking that maybe instead of putting these books here, that I would put these books here. I thought that might look nice. In regards to drilling the hole for these, I'm not going to do it right yet because I want to wait until I have the sofa in front of it and have like a filming setup, because I just want to be sure that the placement is absolutely right and that I don't have to move anything around, because I don't want to have multiple holes in this thing, but they will be drilled when I'm 100%. Okay guys, so this is the final final look. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it was somewhat informative, if not just fun to watch. I've also put this little daybed sort of thing in front of it so that we can sit on it, or the puppies can have a little nap. Other than that, as always, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. You happy? I love you.